Hey, I'm Katie Crane from the Pilates Professional. Today I'm touching on pregnancy and post-pregnancy. It's a topic that is very close to my heart and a topic that I have learned so much about over the years, and my learning really began during my own pregnancy and my learning accelerated once I had had my child. I realised then just how little I understood about the human form, the woman's form in particular, and just how little education I had been given by all of the healthcare providers that I was surrounded by during my pregnancy. So from that moment, I really took a huge interest in women's health for pregnancy and post-pregnancy, and specifically when it comes to movement and Pilates. And today was a stark reminder of why I'm so passionate about this. When I was working with a new student, and she's 25 weeks pregnant with her second child, and just the conversations that I had with her reminded me how vulnerable we are as women because we don't understand and we are not educated on our own bodies. For example, this woman was telling me, that she had had a cesarean on the first child, and emergency cesarean, all these things went wrong, and the look of guilt on her face really was quite heartbreaking. But not uncommon. If you speak to most women who have had an unelective cesarean, we live in guilt for a long, long time because that's not how we thought things were going to play out, and we really are disempowered by the whole event. And now she's having number 2, and she's really working hard towards a vaginal birth, a VBAC. And which was her reason for coming to Pilates. She wanted to be strong for the event, and she's 25 weeks pregnant already, right? So we've only got about 12 to 14 weeks to work together, and that's fine. I will work with pregnant women at any stage of their pregnancy. So we talked about, yes, we can get your body stronger in preparation for your ideal birth, but just as important is we are going to prepare your body for what happens after you have had that baby. And it was like a light bulb moment for this woman where she realized that nobody had ever spoken to her about that before, and she already had a 2-year-old child and was looking down the barrel of having another baby. That discussion had never been had with her before. And it just reminded me the importance of the role that we play as educators, especially when we're working with women and women during pregnancy or women who have had children. Our role as people as a source of information, but also people as a source of support. In any case, I remember very clearly when I had a small child that you really run on empty for the first 3 years of their life, and that is a super important fact that we all need to be thinking about, in my opinion. What I mean by that is that when you have a small child, from when they are first born, or in fact probably for about a month before you have that child or 8 weeks before you have that child, your body really starts to prepare you for living with a small human being, and you don't sleep very well, right? And then take that 3 years down the track. For many, many of us, we don't sleep very well for all that time, and we are so focused on this little human being, and we are so responsible for this little human being that we learn to put ourselves second. That this is the time when we need to, as far as movement is concerned, we need to be nourishing our body. And what I mean by nourishing our body is not exerting our body by doing things like running and heavy weight bearing and really pushing ourselves to our limit. Our time is up. Once you fall pregnant, then this is a time to start considering the next stage of your life in both your family situation and in your whole body. So I just wanted to come here today and just plant that little seed for you as a movement educator, that the woman's body, when we are pregnant, is the biggest change that we are ever going to experience in our body in our adult life until we hit menopause. So that is a long time for a lot of us, right? That's, the biggest change in our adult life. I cannot stress that enough. And so with those changes come changes in everything that we do, in the way that we do everything. And it is so important because I often work with women who have a baby and then very quickly have this idea that they need to get their pre-baby body back. Well, I'm here to tell you today that there is no pre-baby body. Once you have your baby, your body has changed forever. Full stop. Even if it looks kind of the same on the outside, it is never the same again on the inside. Your elasticity has changed, in all of your muscle tone has changed. The elasticity through your ligaments have changed, which then affects your joints. Full stop. That's after baby number 1. Baby number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many babies you want to have, you can expect those changes to continue to happen every single time you fall pregnant, because your body has to adapt to allow for a human being to live inside of you. And so often I see women come back, maybe after they've tried running, maybe three months after they've given birth to a child, and then they start running, and then they come because they've got pelvic pain or hip flexor pain or back pain, or even more distressing for women, they end up with pelvic floor issues. Now, pelvic floor issues can happen up to 2 years after you've had that baby. So you need to give yourself so much longer than what I believe people give themselves to repair. So if you are still tired because you have a small human being waking you up 3 or 4 times a night, or you're having to get up at silly hours of the day, if you're still tired, then your body is still healing. It's as simple as that. Right? I think that that's so important for us to educate our women on this. Nourish yourself, nourish your body, nourish your mind, and then you can look after your child better. There is no point putting your child first and then thinking that you've got to go back and run on a treadmill for an hour because that's what some famous celebrity told you to do. We know what we need to be doing in our bodies. Our intuition tells us, we innately understand what we should be doing with our bodies, but we put that all aside because of the pressures of social media and all of the bullshit that's out there. But we know what we need to be doing, and as movement educators, it is our responsibility, our duty of care, to be empowering women to sit with that, to be okay to slow down, to be okay to spend time doing really simple things in their daily activities so that their body can truly heal. Just food for thought, something I'm very, very passionate about. I might even write a blog on this now that I've had my little rant, because I was only going to get on here for 1 minute and it's been like 9 minutes. But if you have any questions, please sing out. I do have a lot of information on pregnancy and post-pregnancy and the women's body in general. I love working with women. I love the journey of the woman, and I truly feel very passionately about empowering women to love their body more by understanding their body better. Have a great day, and I will see you soon.